You all basically know exactly what's happening here, but you still standing here getting played.
Emotional damage.
First of all, Your Honor, anytime I want to have sex with him, I'm going to have sex with him. You understand?
Wow.
And
You know, I didn't have it filed, but in my head, yeah, I was getting a divorce.
in your head. Oh, you look at me when I'm talking to you, Miss Jackson.
It wasn't the right thing, it was stupid.
You were basically out acting like a single man.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a mess. This is a mess.
Yeah.
Miss Bosley and her son, Mr. Bosley, express why they filed this paternity case.
Well, I opened the case because I feel like my son made a terrible decision by signing a birth certificate. You know, basically, I just feel like, you know, we need to know. We need to know because I don't want my son to have to go through life wondering if this is his child or not.
So you feel like you got to save your son from a mistake he made?
I do.
Mr. Bosley, you signed the birth certificate, even though you had doubts?
I did sign the birth certificate. Not saying it wasn't the right thing, it was stupid. Because I didn't know her.
Miss Jackson explains to the court how she met Mr. Bosley and what occurred afterwards.
Well, my testimony is, in the beginning, we were working together, and he was starting off like, oh, I love you. Do you believe in love at first sight? And then the next day we was talking, and then we had sex. And then he was talking about, you know, the kids and all of that. And then I asked for a break because we were moving too fast. I already said that we was moving too fast in the beginning.
So you meet and you almost immediately start a sexual relationship.
Correct, Your Honor.
And start talking about having babies?
Correct. At first, I didn't believe it because I heard it once before. So
yeah, because you know that's what men will say just to get you to lay down with them.
Yes, Your Honor.
They make it sound like they want to have a family.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Your Honor.
But they saying it to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Jackson continues with her testimony, leading up to some wild revelations.
I had my own place at that time, and I moved him in. Then that's when the cheating, I made my mistake. I'm sorry, I made my mistake in the beginning of that 2 weeks of me not knowing if this is real or not.
So, Mr. Bosley.
So, Your Honor.
Well, Your Honor, the situation was how she told me we was at the house chilling, relaxing, and she basically came from out of nowhere. A dude, one of her ex-boyfriends, popped up at the house. Yeah, popped up at the house.
Popped up?
Yeah.
So, no, wait, what happened?
He popped up at the house, and she went to go talk to him for a little minute or what so. But the whole time I'm looking out the window trying to make sure, you know, ain't nothing going on. But at the time I was fine with that because we wasn't really together. We was just talking. We didn't ever fully get together until.
Then some more.
Mm-hmm. You told Mr. Bosley?
Yes, Your Honor. And then he was like, oh, wow, you are. You know, he was excited about the situation.
Your Honor.
And y'all had known each other all of 2 months then, and y'all was excited?
It wasn't
2 months, it was a month.
It was a month?
Yep.
No, I wasn't excited. The 2 guys she cheated on me with, those was the guys that we worked together with.
Oh, so all of you all co-workers?
Yes, we all was co-workers.
Your Honor, I only cheated on him once, and that's with the person that was at work. But I did have sex with one other person that was there at the job, and that was the person that came to the house. The other person that I didn't have sex or
This
sex.
is a mess. This is a mess.
Yeah.
How many people you gonna sleep with at the same job?
Judge Lauren couldn't hold back when she heard these wild claims.
It just adds up that she has slept with 3 men on her job. There should be no young woman out here sleeping with 3 men at her job. And that's why I'm like, what's going on here?
I feel like, Your Honor, it goes a bit deeper than that. Because you just don't have women out here sleeping with men on their jobs. Like, something is a bit deeper than that. I don't know what it is.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It does go deeper. It does go deeper than that. This is about 2 kids, young people. You all out here spending and you're engaging in activities that create people, and it did. Maverick is 3 months old, beautiful, innocent child. And I'm trying to get the circumstances as to what was going on when he was conceived.
And she adds more to it.
This is about the fact that your child's paternity is in question. If you have slept with 2 co-workers, given oral sex to one, while you supposedly getting to know Mr. Bosley, no, it's not so far-fetched that people would also assume that you may have slept with that person or maybe even another person. At this point, you giving yourself away for free. And that's another thing that I haven't gotten to yet. Because there is no reason a beautiful young girl like yourself should be running around here laying around with this many men. It's unacceptable. And like I said, I'm not saying this to you. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Miss Jackson. I'm not saying this to you because I'm angry at you. I'm saying it to you because I don't know if you have anybody in your life to sit you down and say, you don't do that. You don't do that.
Miss Jackson finally breaks down and admits this, and Judge Lauren is with her every step of the way.
I don't want my son to grow up like that without his dad in the picture because I know how it feels and I have my daddy issues. And growing up is hard.
I understand what you're saying. The way you feel about that, your actions are a reflection of the fact that you don't feel worthy. But that's not the way we go about it, baby. Because now you see what has transpired has led you to repeat the cycle. And that's what we're gonna break today.
Miss Bosley and her son tell the court who they think the baby's real father is.
I was in her phone one day, and I scrolled down. I was on Snapchat basically, and I had seen the dude, and I said he looked just like my son. I'm like, what? Like,
Your Honor, he sent me that picture, and immediately, just in all honesty, I was like, that's not your son. Immediately, because this made me think twice.
And Mom, once you got that picture, you believe this other man is the father.
For sure.
Well, you submitted the messages you saw.
see, look.
And this is between Miss Jackson and the man you believe is the father. It says, I need some blank. That's what Miss Jackson said. He responds, blank, you can come this way, babe. And then Miss Jackson responds, blank, hell yeah.
So, Your Honor, he resembles this man.
Mr. Green, who's the other man, narrates his part in this paternity case. Plus, Mr. Bosley makes some remarkable confessions.
We met through a friend, and then we started talking through social media.
All right, so was Miss Jackson interested in a sexual relationship with you?
Yes, Your Honor, she was trying to have sex.
So do you believe you are Maverick's biological father?
No, I don't. I just came here to prove that I'm not.
So each of the young men have submitted their baby photos, and when you align them with Maverick's, there's Mr. Bosley as a baby, there's Maverick in the middle, and then Mr. Green as a baby.
I just want to know. That's all I'm really. You know, it's a kid on the line, and no disrespect to you. That's why I called you up that day. You know.
It's not a kid,
I
it's a child.
just want to know.
And at this point, what are you hoping for, Mr. Bosley? Do you hope Maverick is your son?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
If he minds, then we can move on. But if he's not mine, I'm gone.
The DNA result then reveals.
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Bosley.
Miss Parker throws the court into a frenzy due to these wild claims regarding Mr. Morton and his girlfriend.
First of all, Your Honor, that's my baby father. Anytime I want to have sex with him, I'm going to have sex with him. You understand? Like, I was vulnerable. He called me. So, you know, we did what we did.
So, hold on. you have a child with Mr. Morton.
Yes, I have a
already.
5-year-old son.
And he's not the child in question.
No, Aaron is.
But you also still continued a sexual relationship.
Yes, with the both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
You were having sex with...
I have sex with both of them.
With Mr. Morton?
And Mrs. Lemon.
And his girlfriend?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Oh, so a threesome at the same time, or you have two separate relationships?
No, threesome at the same time, separate relationship. If I don't want to have sex with her and I want to have sex with him, that's what happens.
Oh, okay. It just got interesting.
Mr. Morton's girlfriend, Miss Lemon, reacts to these claims, leading to more incredulous revelations.
Well, the only reason, Your Honor, the only reason why she was able to have sex with us is because I asked my boyfriend to have sex with her because she was lonely. My desires, me and my little freakiness, I said, my boyfriend, can you have sex with your pregnant baby mother because she's in need?
Pause, Your Honor.
How would she know if she's not there?
Your Honor, that is not true. Before I even left to go anywhere, before I was gone for a while, we was having sex before then. She wanted to have sex with me. Your Honor, to be tight, they don't ask her boyfriend nothing. Her boyfriend about it all anyway. He had 2 girlfriends from the beginning.
So that's consensual?
Consensual or not, if I want to have sex with my baby father, Your Honor, it goes down.
Try it now.
It goes down.
Try it
goes
now.
down. I don't want to try
When the
it
last
now.
time
I'm
you did
good.
it? When the last time you did it? When we did it, right?
No.
Mr. Morton shares his doubt with the court, which Miss Parker disagrees with.
Yes, she
So I wanna
supposed to have got
understand your
pregnant
doubt.
in May, but from my understanding, that's only would be 7 months if she
I
had
never
her son
said I
in.
got pregnant in May, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my calendar so I can just understand what's going on exactly. When were you intimate with Miss Parker during the window?
The week of Mother's Day, May 11th, I believe.
You're intimate that day?
The only intimacy we had on Mother's Day was oral sex, Your Honor. How you gonna get pregnant off of oral sex, Your Honor?
Judge.
When was Aaron born?
December 5th.
So December 5th.
It only added up to about 7 months. Her boyfriend been locked
My
up
due
since
date was-
February,
my due
and
date
that's the
was
guy that
December.
she was
So
telling
the
me
baby
that
was
could have been the
born
father from the
December 5th. So your doubt is that it's only 7 months from when baby Aaron was born to when you were having sex with her, and that doesn't add up to you.
beginning. Yes, ma'am.
And then the drama unfolds, raising the tension in the court.
May 11th period when you were
The only
intimate with
person,
Mr.
Your Honor, I lie to you not. The only person that I have unprotected sex with was my baby father, wasn't Mr.
Your
Morton.
Honor, that's a lie.
Your Honor.
That's a lie.
She clocking my...
We down, yep, I'm clocking it.
You
Just
can't
like you
clock
clock
it though,
mine. I
baby.
can.
You can't.
We
You
downtown.
can't clock
The
it.
guy walks up to her, they talking and everything, and he swears up and down Aaron is his. She had to keep reminding him that it's not yours, boo, it's not yours. I had sex with you after he was already in my stomach.
Exactly, I said.
But you told us that you didn't have sex with nobody
I just
after
said
you
I
got
didn't
pregnant.
have unprotected sex. That's
She
a lie,
all over
'cause
the
I was
place, Your
making
Honor. That's
speech,
what
Your
it
Honor.
is.
Miss Parker clarifies the disparity in the due date that caused the doubt.
I told him I was pregnant, and I did. I'm not gonna lie. I told him, this is not your baby. Being as though I have a sonogram telling me I'm 13 weeks. So when I go to my first prenatal appointment and they give me a fetal assessment, and they say, no, miss, you're 8 weeks pregnant. Your baby is due December the 24th.
So you went to your appointment and then your due date got adjusted?
Yes.
So initially, when you got pregnant, they gave you a certain due date?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said, based upon that due date,
That
this
he
is
was
not your
not-
child because I was
exactly.
not sleeping
My
with you
point
then.
exactly.
Then you go, because that's what happens, you go to subsequent appointments as you get further along in your pregnancy. They then gave you another test
Yes, they gave
and
me the
determined,
sonogram.
oh no, the first due date we calculated was wrong.
Exactly.
You're in fact, how many weeks?
8 weeks pregnant.
You're 8 weeks.
I was 8 weeks pregnant when I got that sonogram, and I went home and I gave him the sonogram to let him know we got a baby on the way.
Miss Lemon expresses how she feels about the whole situation, raising the tension to the highest level. However, Judge Lauren has this to say.
This is out of character for me. I have never, ever in a million years came at this woman like this. It's one thing when you sitting there stating facts, but it's another thing when you trying to degrade me. The reason that I feel the way I feel about her is because we formed a relationship. Her whole pregnancy with Aaron, when she moved to that house, I was right there with her. Every pain, every time my foot got swollen, I wanted to rub it. I took care of her to support her and to show her that she wasn't alone. I didn't care what my boyfriend did. If he didn't want to be a part of her life, a part of Aaron's life, if he denied him, if he felt any way way. I ignored that and I still played a role. I'm a very loving person. I'm a very honest person. I've never done anything to her, and I have never told him not one time, Your Honor, to deny him. She's sitting here trying to make me low, Your Honor, and that's not the case. I would never do nothing like that to her.
And listen, I think before I go to the results, I just need to ask the question, are you two finished? Because it's become obvious that we're talking about the relationship between you and Mr. Morton, and yet there is still a relationship between you and Ms. Lemon that has a lot of unfinished workings.
The DNA test result reveals.
In the case of Parker versus Morton, when it comes to 7-month-old Aaron Morton, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Morton, you are Aaron's father.
Thank you. I told you.
Mr. Muhammad asserts his claims and tells the court why he believes Brooklyn is his child.
First of all, I would never let another man raise my child. I was always raised to do the right thing, always raised to be a stand-up gentleman. I know, take care of all my children. You can look at Brooklyn now, see my face features, everything. I'm here today to prove today that I am the father.
Miss Walton claims her daughter isn't his, and here's why.
I say that because during my conception date, I was having more sexual intercourse with the other guy than Mr. Muhammad.
Things get wild as Mr. Muhammad and Miss Walton make some confessions.
Anwar was already having an affair with another woman before he had moved in with me. And during that time, while he was having his affair, I was having my affair also.
Oh, so you all were together, but both having affairs?
Yes.
No.
Well, baby, I wouldn't say we were together.
No. I wasn't having no affair. We was together. She told me that this gentleman was her cousin. I didn't think nothing of it.
She told you the other guy was her cousin?
Was her cousin. Her cousin.
That's not true, Your Honor. He's always known this guy.
I know.
Who he was.
That's the other man that she wanted to be with.
So you're saying you were in a relationship?
In a relationship.
And you're saying you were not in a relationship when Brooklyn was conceived?
No, we was not in a relationship. We were just living together.
Wow.
And it got wilder.
Were you still intimate with Mr. Muhammad during that time as well?
Yes, I was.
All right.
Wow.
So you were sleeping with them both?
Yes, ma'am.
The couple then discloses the pregnancy saga, and Mr. Muhammad further proves why he thinks Brooklyn is his child.
He's the type to like to go through your cell phone. He even took my cell phone for 2 months.
2 months?
Yes, ma'am, and I'm paying the bill.
I never took a cell. Only time I
Yes, ma'am. He took my cell phone,
Your
and he took my cell phone and he looked at the text message, which I texted the guy and told him. He confronted me and asked me, why are you texting this guy? And I told him, I said, well, it's a possibility I could be pregnant.
I thought that was your cousin.
No, that's not my cousin. I've always told you that wasn't my cousin. But he had took the cell phone and he had confronted me about the text message and he had asked me, well, whose child is it? And I told him, I said, it's his child. It's not yours.
You find out she's pregnant. What's your recollection of that moment?
My recollection of it is that I'm thinking that the baby's mom. We already had one child together. Like I said, we was in a relationship, and I'm thinking I'm the only one that she sees. I did not, like I said, I did not know nothing about the gentleman. And if we look at Brooklyn and look at me, we look alike, similar alike. Everything is alike.
Miss Walton then admits all these things to Judge Lauren, plus Mr. Muhammad reacts.
You were having sex around the window of conception with both men?
Yes.
Crazy.
This is 50-50 no matter how we slice it.
Right.
Did you tell the other man, I'm pregnant and this could be your baby?
Yes, I told him.
What was his response?
His response was he wanted a paternity test once the baby was born. But he ended up leaving.
A paternity test, not a fraternity test.
Yeah, paternity test.
No,
paternity, I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Your Honor. My oldest daughter, Brooklyn looks like my oldest daughter. If you look at them two girls right there, that's alike. That's my first daughter right there. She 4.
They are adorable.
Oh, adorable. Those are my babies. Those are my babies right there. Look at me and look at them. Those are my babies right there.
Yeah, they may be your babies, but I'm taking care of them.
Oh, I take care of them too.
No, you do not.
Putting aside all this drama, the DNA test result reveals.
Mr. Muhammad, you are the father.
Yes. I told you. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, baby. I know what I'm talking about. 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 You hear me?
Miss Dallas narrates how she discovered Mr. Stewart's double life.
I was out having breakfast with my friend, probably about 6 o'clock in the morning, and he walked up to me or whatever, offered to pay for my breakfast or whatever. After that, we exchanged numbers, and from there, we hooked up a couple of times or whatever.
So first you just dating casually?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we always had to get a room, you know, and I used to ask him, like, you know, I'm tired of going to the room, you know, can we go to your house? You said you have a house, you own it. And he was like, you know, I have unwanted company there. So I'm like, unwanted company? I'm like, you got a girlfriend? He like, no. I'm like, you have a baby mom there? He like, no. I'm like, you got a wife? And he was like, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's when he proceeded to tell me like, oh, they are separated, they're going through a divorce.
Mr. Stewart gives his version of the story and makes some shocking claims.
You know, it didn't come up. You know, I felt like it didn't come up. Like, you know.
How did it not come up?
It did.
That's relevant information, is it not?
Yeah, true that. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
So wait, you were basically out acting like a single man?
No, I wasn't acting. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry about that.
I'm glad you just went on ahead and told the truth.
I had to think about it.
Okay, so you were out there acting like a single man, but you were married?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you getting a divorce then?
I wasn't in, you know, I didn't have it filed, but in my head, yeah, I was getting a divorce.
In your head.
And some more.
So, how often did you see one another? If you're married with your wife living at home?
Oh, that's it. Every day. Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day he would come over there when he get off work. Only time he probably went to his house and when he went to go change his clothes or put on his work clothes.
Mr. Stewart, during this time, were you still intimate with your wife?
No, not at the time. Like, we were, you know, like, I don't know how to put it, but it's like, we were living together, but we were having problems of our own.
Miss Dallas shares what happened next when she discovered Mr. Stewart's double life.
I had second thoughts, but once everything started hitting the floor, like, I was already pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I love Cedric, you know, and he was telling me, like, I'm gonna do a divorce, we're gonna have a house, you know, all this, we're gonna raise our son together, you know. I was believing him because that's all I had to do was believe him, you know.
So he had you high off the promises and drunk off the dreams. It was all, it was flowing.
Right.
And then the story takes a wild turn.
I thought I was pregnant. Cedric was happy or whatever.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
So you were genuine, even though you were still married to your wife, you were happy your mistress was pregnant?
Yes.
Do you have any other children?
Yes.
You do? How many?
3.
With your wife?
No. We have no kids common.
But you have 3 children from a previous relationship?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
10 years.
So you found out about this baby and you were happy?
Yes.
But you didn't have doubt at that time if you were happy?
No.
He started beginning doubt. So-called my associate was telling him and his wife that I was sleeping around with multiple men when I conceived Lamar.
Someone that knew you?
Yeah.
They start giving you information?
Yeah. But it was the same friend that sent him naked pictures of herself to him, telling him that I was, you know, sleeping around with somebody else. So why wouldn't she say that she wanted to sleep with you?
And it gets wilder as Mr. Stewart's wife, Mrs. Stewart, presents some evidence to the court.
Miss Stewart, you're claiming that what you've presented to the court are messages which indicate she was not just entertaining your husband, but multiple men.
Yes.
That's not true.
Well, I definitely see plenty of interaction between Miss Dallas and various men.
Those inboxes are what they send me. You don't see nothing of me sending nothing back to them. I can't help when nobody send me on Facebook or whatever they asking me.
So, Miss Stewart, you believe that Miss Dallas was having sex with multiple men.
Exactly.
In addition to your husband.
Exactly.
And that's why you doubt that this child is your husband's biological child.
Exactly.
Miss Dallas, were you intimate with anyone else around the time baby Lamar was conceived?
No.
Anybody else?
No, not at all.
Judge Lauren doesn't let it slide as she dishes this to both women.
Both of the women, you all have been in touch. You all have had conversations. You all basically know exactly what's happening here. And you know he's playing you all.
Yeah.
But you still standing here getting played. That's what I'm trying to understand. Why? And you arguing with one another, but nobody's holding him accountable.
Oh, I hold him accountable for everything.
No, she don't.
I did
She
not.
holds me.
Let me tell you
No,
this,
she
Your
don't.
Honor. I did not marry Lakeitha. I married this person
Right, so
here.
why try to harass me?
My issue is with Cedric,
No,
not
she doesn't bring
Lakeitha.
it
The
to
only
Cedric.
issue I have with Lakeitha is, okay, if we have women out here like you, what marriage is gonna last? If you know you're sleeping with a married man, no marriage is gonna last because they know they can go to her, or her.
Hold on now, Miss Stewart. It's just your husband's doing. He told me before you came in the courtroom. I said, were you out acting like a single man? He said, yes. That's it.
The case ends with a DNA test result reveal and these reactions.
Mr. Stewart, you are the father.
Hey, I told you, baby. I told you. I ain't got no reason to lie at all.
So listen, Ms. Dallas, I see you are in tears because
I go through so much with him and his wife. You don't understand. I go through so much.
And you will continue to go through
But I'm not trying to go through that. I'm not trying to go through that no more
this
at
is
all.
what happens, and I'm not saying
what
you
I had to prove.
Listen, Miss Dallas. What I'm here to ask you all, as we look at this beautiful baby, he's here now. He's your son.
He look like him.
And look, it is not my place to tell you what to do with your life. But what I am saying, Mr. Stewart, if you don't make a call, your son is gonna grow up amidst this level of toxic behavior.